everyone. And welcome to Forsyth Technical Community College. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Janet Spriggs, and every day it is my privilege and honor to serve as the president here at Forsyth Tech. And today it's my pleasure to welcome all of you here for a visit from our esteemed governor and also for an exciting announcement and celebration. I want to especially thank Governor Cooper and everyone in his office for visiting us today, for making the arrangements to be with us in Winston-Salem. And I would also like to recognize our elected officials that have joined us today. Seated at our table, we have our mayor, Alan Joines, our state senator, Mr. Paul Lowe. We are expecting possibly Representative Amber Baker. Dr. Baker may be able to join us. Do we have other elected officials in the audience with us today? Kevin. Thank you, Kevin Mundy, City Councilman. Thank you so much. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. We are excited and honored to have you here to speak with our students, Governor, and it felt like this would also be the perfect opportunity for us to make an important and impactful announcement. Thanks to your commitment to education, in our state, Governor Cooper, hundreds of students that graduated from high school in 2021 were able to come to college tuition-free thanks to the Longleaf Grant. Last year at Forsyth Tech, by creatively using the Longleaf money as well as other federal aid and private funding sources, including our Hope and Opportunity Scholarship, that was made possible a few years ago thanks to a generous grant from Truist and the work of our Mayor Alan Joines. Thank you, Mayor. Absolutely. Forsyth Tech was able to leverage your Longleaf Grant to create free college for all 2021 high school graduates from any North Carolina high school. This has made a big difference at Forsyth Tech and for our students. Thanks in part to the class of 2021 college commitment and the incredible work that our Forsyth Tech team has done to find and fight for each of our students. I'm pleased to share that we have more students with us this year than we had last year, but more importantly, many more students than we had in 2019, 2020 before the pandemic. So we were so thankful, Governor, when you announced an extension of the Longleaf Commitment Grant for 2022 high school graduates. And today, Forsyth Tech is honored to officially announce that we are once again stepping up and continuing our college commitment to high school seniors of the class of 2022. At Forsyth Tech, we believe that we are a place of promise for all people in all of the communities that we serve. And this promise that we are offering students today, our 2022 college commitment, is simple. We commit to any 2022 North Carolina high school graduate who comes to Forsyth Tech this year, free college for this academic year. And when we mean anyone who graduates from any high school, including homeschools in North Carolina, and yes, that commitment includes tuition, books, and all fees. At Forsyth Tech, free means free. Free college without stipulations. We work closely with our K-12 school partners, and I know my colleagues, Winston-Salem Forsyth County Superintendent Tricia McManus, and Stokes County Superintendent Dr. Brad Rice, who's here with us today, agree that graduating high school is the critical first step on students' education journeys, but today's workforce requires more than a high school diploma. Together, we are working to create a college-going culture in all our communities. I'm sure that our governor would agree that North Carolina is the best state in the country for business. For our economy to continue to grow and thrive, we need to invest in high-quality public higher education for all North Carolinians. North Carolina community colleges, the Great 58, are in the business of hope and opportunity. We are engines for equity and drivers of workforce development. At Forsyth Tech, our purpose is reflected in our vision statement, which says that Forsyth Tech is the catalyst for equitable economic mobility, empowering lives and transforming communities. We are making a difference here at Forsyth Tech. We are doing bold things to empower all students, to transform all our communities, to prepare a skilled workforce that meets the needs of the businesses and the industries that we serve, and to make sure that the American dream is alive and available to all North Carolinians. Today, we are removing the barrier of cost for our 2022 high school graduates. We are inviting them to come to Forsyth Tech for free, and we are promising to wrap our arms around every student and love and serve them to success. We will help them find their best pathway forward, whether that is a short-term workforce credential, a career and technical education program, or a transfer associate degree that leads them to a bachelor's degree at one of our outstanding universities in North Carolina. While we've always been the most affordable and achievable option for students, we are certainly now the best deal. Finally, allow me to say that it's my great hope that we will find ways to continue to support this program beyond 2022. This is where we have to start, but we will never stop working hard to find ways to sustain this college commitment. Shortly, you will hear from some of our amazing Forsyth Tech students who were able to take advantage of the class of 2021 college commitment in this roundtable discussion with Governor Cooper. Renuka and Melanie, Rebecca and Derek, we are so proud to have you be a part of the Forsyth Tech Trailblazers. We are eager to learn more about the ways that you are blazing new trails for your future. Thank you to our students. And now, Renuka, if I may, I'd love to turn it over to you and ask you to introduce our governor.
Yes. Good morning, everyone. My name is Renuka, and I was born and raised in India, and I moved to the United States about 5 years ago. I am currently studying as a transfer major, and I'm enrolled in the Associates of Science program here at Forsyth Tech, and I'm in my first year of college. I'm grateful to have received the Long Leave Commitment Grant, as it has helped me continue my education. Due to the grant, I did not have to worry about anything financially. And we're also very excited to have the governor with us today here at Forsyth Tech to talk about the grant and also to hear from us students. And I'm very proud to introduce Governor Cooper here, and we'll now hand things over to him. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Renuka.
Good job.
Very nice job. And I look forward to hearing from you, Renuka, and Melanie, and Derek, and Rebecca. You're the people we really want to hear from.
Yeah.
But let me first thank President Spriggs and her leadership, and Board of Trustees, and faculty who are out there. We're so grateful to our community college faculty. Many of you could be making more money in the private sector or in other jobs, but you've chosen to come and to teach. And we're grateful for that. And we're going to continue to work to make sure that we do even better with faculty salaries and making sure we attract and retain the very best and the brightest. Mayor Joines, great to be in your city. Senator Lowe, thank you for working with me in Raleigh and representing Forsyth County, this area, Winston-Salem, so well. Councilman Mundy, thank you for being here. Representative Baker may be here in just a few minutes. But, you said, President Spriggs, that North Carolina is often rated as the #1 place for business. I think one of the main reasons for that is that we have the best community college system in the country. With our 58 community colleges, nobody lives more than a half hour away from a community college where you can get an education to get a good paying job. Now, last year in North Carolina, we had a record pace for new jobs being created. Many of them here in the Triad, and many of them much better paying jobs that people are used to. But the thing that keeps me up at night is making sure we have enough qualified, trained, educated people to take those jobs. That's where you guys come in, and that's where Forsyth Tech comes in. Now, as we're creating all of these new jobs and unemployment's going down and the economy improves, there's still a lot of families living on the margins. A lot of families working hard just to put food on the table, to keep people healthy. And the extra expense of trying to get family members, and particularly children getting out of high school, educated to get these jobs is tough for a lot of families. And when as we're coming out of the pandemic, there was money designated from the federal government on the American Rescue Plan that governors got to decide how to invest certain monies in the education arena. It was called GEAR funds. And one of the things that I thought about in talking to people out there, talking to community college teachers and students and presidents, that we needed financial help to make sure we could get people trained and educated to do these great paying jobs, and to make sure we needed to invest in making sure students had tuition and fee money to get this education that they need. So we created the Longleaf grants, and the General Assembly this time saw what much good it was doing, so it put additional money into the Longleaf grants. And now Forsyth Tech has used that funding to make this insurance policy, let's say it is, that you can come to Forsyth Tech and get the qualifications and training that you need. I think more than 11,600 students across the state have been helped so far, many more to come. I think more than 1,000 students here, maybe even more than that. Mm-hmm. So we're excited about this and the future. But where the rubber meets the road is the actual young people who are benefiting from this, the people who are going to be our nurses and physicians and technology specialists and engineers and teachers, Derek, and humanitarian services and other areas that you are interested in. These are the young people who are our future and who are going to take those jobs. So I'd like to hear from you guys. And we elected people may have a little more to say at the end. You know how we are. but I'll start with you, Renuka. Tell us a little bit about what you're studying, what you want to do with your life at this point in time.
Yes, thank you so much for, the grant itself. But I am currently studying as a transfer student here at Forsyth Tech, and I'm in the Associates of Science program. And I wish to transfer to a four-year university. I'm thinking about NC State or UNC Chapel Hill. And I wish to do pre-med major. And then after that, I plan on taking a gap year, getting the experience. And after that, doing something in emergency medicine, probably emergency medicine physician.
That's fantastic. We know that we need them more than ever as well. Derek, tell us a little bit about what you're studying and what your plans are.
Okay, sort of the same track that Stu's saying. I'm becoming an associate in arts though. Looking to transfer to App State and become a history teacher. I'd love to stay in Forsyth County. I think the schools that we have here, the high schools especially, are very good. I've always liked history, and I think that I could give back to the community and kind of help out the next generation.
My mom was a teacher. I love it when people say they want to be teachers. Want to encourage that. So that's great to hear, and want you to be successful for that. In both of your cases, the good thing about it is that the universities and community colleges have been working so hard on transfer and making sure your courses count toward your university degree. So that's very, very positive. Melanie, tell us a little bit about your studies and what you intend to do.
I'm going the same track as Derek, Associates in Arts. My mother has been an educator for over 20 years, and I have a sister who works in the police department she's worked in the police department over 15 years. So I have a long line of service in public service. So I want to do something where I'm giving back to the community and hands-on, because I think a lot of kids nowadays, they just need guidance, and the generation coming up. So humanitarian service is something that I'm very strongly eager to pursue. So this grant is giving me the opportunity to start my education without monumental student loan debt. So that's what the grant provided for me. So yes.
Well, that was going to be my next question, is what the grant has meant.
Yeah.
You know, no student debt is good.
It's good.
Yes.
It is good. And, you know, you talk about humanitarian services and helping children. You know, as we are coming out of this pandemic,
Yes.
you know, one thing we know is having students in the classroom is critical, but a lot of students have missed out on the surrounding services that schools provide. And for you getting in that profession and wanting to help those children, it's impressive. That's great. Rebecca, tell us a little bit about what.
So I am in the Associates of Arts and Health track, and I'm here to get my nursing degree, hopefully be a registered nurse. My older sister also graduated from Forsyth Tech as a practical nurse, and my other sister is also in the program for a practical nurse as well currently. So I'm hoping to become a nurse and, you know, help people around and help hospitals, because I know there's a nurse shortage right now. And there's a lot of burnout because of the pandemic. So I'm really hoping to help around the country, because I want to be a travel nurse.
So that's fantastic. We need nurses now. So hurry up. Maybe do
I'm trying.
extra courses and
I'm
get
trying.
finished early, because we really do need you. And I'm so grateful for our frontline healthcare professionals who've been working so hard. And the fact that you want to do this is really special. And you can do really well in your life financially in the nursing field.
Yeah.
Derek, tell us a little bit about what this grant means to you and how this is helping you achieve your goals.
Yeah, so my family, we are working class. There's 5 of us total siblings. So I think the grant really has taken a little bit of the financial burden off of us. And I feel like, I mean, that's the biggest group that we have in North Carolina, is the working class. We're not all rich, but I feel like it has taken a lot of financial burden and allows me a greater opportunity to kind of save before I transfer to a larger university, and saving 2 years of cost. Could really reinvest that money and use it for something a little bit more down the road.
Working middle-class families, the backbone of our economy, really. And if we can make it a little easier for people to get the credentials, education, whatever they need to get these good paying jobs, then I think it lifts everybody up. So it's great to hear about you and your family. Renuka, what has this grant meant to you personally and to your family?
I wouldn't say my family is like not financially stable or anything, but like, you know, I moved from India about 5 years ago. So when I did move here, you know, I'm the oldest child in the family, and being the oldest child, you know, like that's, I feel like it's a big responsibility in the family to take care of your parents, you know. So just, you know, even if it's like a little education cost that I could take off of my parents, you know, burden, I guess. It's not like they're not going to be paying for my education or they don't want to. It's just the responsibilities that I should be taking for them. And just that itself has, I mean, the Long Lead grant has just, you know, given me that opportunity, you know, to just take care of my parents, and maybe even if it's like contributing a little financially. But yeah.
Yeah, that's really great. I mean, you're thinking about knowing that your parents, your family's going to stand behind you, but you want to make sure that they can do the things that they need to do and can make sure they take care of the rest of the family. You said it, no student debt is really good.
Yeah.
Anything else that you would want to add to that?
I come from a single mother household. So my mom, she actually got her doctorates in early childhood education. But she was telling me whenever she had saw it on the news, and she put me in the room and she was telling me, it doesn't matter how you get there. It's all about what you did to get there. So, for example, she said if she was given this opportunity, she would have taken it. She also went to a community college in Davidson County while she was teaching Head Start. So she was telling me community college is the same as a 4-year, you're getting the same exact classes, but this is going to take the financial burden off of the both of us. So I took this opportunity, and I think it's the best decision I've ever made.
Too, this promise that you all have made can help adults too, who are working at a job and they're trying to get another better paying job and they need the education to do it. And it's really hard to work and pay all your expenses and pay tuition and fees too. And providing that help is going to be fantastic. What about you and your family? Rebecca?
So I believe that, when you first think about college, you're always thinking money, because college always has to do with money. And so for me, both my sisters came to Forsyth Tech. And my parents thought it was a great opportunity for them because they didn't have to, have to stress about bills or student loans or student debts. They have a small business, so they work very hard, like all day. So I didn't want them to have that burden, like they said, to have to not provide for me necessarily, but have to stop worrying about their business to worry about my education. And so this long leave program, it allowed me to get an education without my parents having to worry about bills or debts or loans. They can worry about their business and just providing for us in a house instead of having to worry about my school. So that also gave me a chance to be responsible for my own education as well.
That's fantastic. And we talk about the fact that we want to make education more affordable. There's a track now that you can do. These great community colleges can provide you with courses that count toward your degree at a 4-year university if you choose to do that. There are a lot of credentials and associate degrees and others where you could get great paying jobs right here at Forsyth Tech. But with that transfer, you don't have to spend as much time and money on the rest of your university education as you would if you started there from the very beginning. So it makes it so much more affordable, and you've got degrees from both places. So I mean, that's pretty impressive. For any of you, what would you tell your younger classmates about this grant and the potential of it? Because Senator, we got to keep making sure that we fund
That's right.
this kind of.
That's right. That's right.
So tell us, any of you, tell us what you would tell your younger classmates.
I would say take the opportunity. Forsyth Tech gives a lot of resources within the school to help you if you're indecisive about what you want to do. They have a career assessment for you. They have advisors there to help you with your classes, so you're not doing this all on your own. You have guidance from the staff. So this is a great starting point if you're lost, but you want to go to college. This is somewhere you can start.
Taking advantage of what is in front of you and, just see it in the long run where you won't have to be worrying about loans or debts, just do it for yourself in the future. Think about your present and your future.
Derek, what do you think?
Definitely think that when graduating high school, you have an idea of what you want to do, but I feel like this offers a good opportunity to kind of go deeper in and discover what you truly want to do and get in the workforce. I think Forsyth Tech's a really good community college. There's always going to be somebody to help you. Every time that I've needed any type of help, it's always been a timely response. Even coming down here, always friendly advisors and members of the staff. I feel like you kind of avoid a bunch of the chain of command problems that you do at the bigger universities here. You need to speak with somebody right then and there. You got them. So I
That's
like
your commercial, Madam
There you
President.
go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hire them. Yeah.
What would you say, Renuka, to your classmates?
As an international student, I feel like just getting the resources and knowing where the resources are is a big thing. Like, I personally feel like being here at Forsyth Tech Community College has given me so much that I could not imagine living without. And also with the long leave commitment grant, it's I think the first thing, as Rebecca was saying earlier, the first thing that we think about when we think of college, it's money. And it's one of the, when I'm studying, let's say one semester, next semester I'll be thinking about how am I going to pay for this? And I think the whole year that I've studied here at Forsyth Tech, I had no worries about the pay I did not have to think about it. I was like, oh, well, Forsyth Tech's taking care of it. I mean, the government's giving money, like there's no such issue. So I think that just, takes the burden, also like the stress off of a student. And we can have a better education with that as well.
I'm grateful to the taxpayers because, this is a great societal benefit to put nurses and teachers and people who are working in the humanitarian and physicians and others in these important positions. It's an investment that taxpayers are making. I think it's a very, very good one.
2 to 3 more minutes, go.
Okay, well, let me take a minute to let Mayor Joines, if you wanted to say a word about this, Mayor.
Thank you, Governor. Just very quickly, we put together the Hope and Opportunity Scholarship as a grant for trusts. A few years ago, we had a goal of, I think, 500 kids a year for 5 years. But now you've taken it to a whole new level there, so we're very grateful for that with the long lead grants. And besides that, I wake up the same way you do, Governor, worried about do we have enough folks to fill these jobs being created. The governor was here about a month or so ago and announced a huge project at PTI Airport called Boom, a new supersonic aircraft manufacturer, and Precise Tech stepping up. They've got the Maisie Woodward Center for Aeronautics, so it fits right in with our growth and building our.
It's great. Senator Lowe.
Okay, thank you for this opportunity. I think it's fantastic to hear about this grant. Me and Dr. Spriggs talked about some of these things when she got here early on, and I think it's important for young people and others to get their footing, and we have a jewel in Forsyth Tech. We have a jewel in the community college system around the state, and I want to do everything I can to continue to fight for community colleges and see that you get the funding you need so you can be a teacher. God knows we need some. We need teachers. We're gonna find a way to do something about these salaries. We got some real work to do there, but we're gonna get it done. And I'm just excited to hear your stories. Public service. I never thought of it when I was your age, but to hear about public service, nursing, and you came all the way over here to go to Forsyth Tech. Wow. We're glad to have you, and we're lucky to have you. Thank you.
Yeah, it's inspiring to meet all 4 of you. The good thing is, we know there are many, many more students like them.
Yes.
A strong, eager, diverse student body that's ready to go out and do good in the world. That's what education can do for us. And the fact that you all are getting it and you're going to do great things, I feel pretty confident that that's the case. So thank you very much. I think what I'm going to do is go over and talk to the media a minute, but also want to take some pictures with you guys and faculty members and anybody else that would want to do some pictures. But thank you all.
Thank you.